years.
Michelle's story is so amazing, and the word that comes to my mind is perseverance. And she came into this league at the beginning as virtually an unknown, and she's worked her way to greatness. She's improved year on year, especially those early years, and turned that perseverance into ambition. She wanted to be the greatest. She wanted to represent her country, and she did just that.
Well, for Adelaide United, as the captains shake hands and have a little hug as well, those two would know each other from Michelle Heyman's time at Adelaide United. And there's Nako Sasaki. She's been at the heart of everything good that Adelaide have done this season. Teresa, what makes a good midfield playmaker?
Well, first of all, a player who wants the ball all the time. That's a key identifier, and consistency, and a player who makes the right decisions with and without the ball.
What do you expect from her this afternoon against Canberra's midfield?
Sasaki's a quality player, and she's capable of dictating any game. So if she can muster up her confidence and continue to build it, she's a good decision maker. So assists and goals will come. She's just got to get out there. They've got to find her feet.
The referees this afternoon, the central official is Rebecca Durkow. She's assisted by Kiwi duo Sarah Jones and Alice Clipsham. The fourth official today is Isabella Blais. Well, Vesna Milivojevic, she's still on top of the Golden Boot charts with 8 goals, but she actually hasn't scored in 5 games. Teresa, can she find her form this afternoon?
Well, she set herself up a good buffer, didn't she? And she's definitely due for a goal. But look, I think we'll see the usual Vesna today, working box to box and getting on the ball and making things happen.
She certainly does make things happen. The Serbian international scored a brace the first time these sides played back in round 1. And it is a fantastic atmosphere out at Leichhardt. Really lovely day in Sydney, maybe a little bit on the warm side, so some few brave souls on the hill, most people in the shade of the stands, of course, but it is a double header, so families will continue to trickle in throughout the day. And it is just a fantastic occasion, Unite Round.
It really is, and it's a fantastic atmosphere out at Leichhardt Oval yesterday, and great quality football, and everyone's smiling and just having a fantastic time enjoying our game.
Well, we're about to get underway. Adelaide United will take the kickoff. And we are indeed underway. This round 12 clash, Unite Round. On paper, of course, it is 12th v 11th, but these teams have so many goals in them. And we are in for a thriller this afternoon. Flannery and Stanic Floody attempting a 1-2, but Adelaide will win the ball back. Of course, 4-4 last time these sides played. There were so many goals, so much action. Teresa, can we expect something similar today?
Well, I'm hoping for a few goals today. Traditionally, this clash does produce the goals, so we've got plenty of goal scorers out there that can make that happen today.
Can see already Michelle Heyman pressing high, and it does create an error from Adelaide goalkeeper Annalie Grove, although Adelaide do come away with the ball in the end. It's played forward. Lovely ball that found Hodgson, but Canberra came away with it. Both teams just trying to find their feet at the moment. First few minutes will be a little bit scrappy as both sides eye each other off and feel out the way the game's going to go now. Ball delivered over the top. Lincoln is there, but Hannah Blake was chasing. Mariah Lee up against Christopherson. Christopherson, well, she's trying to hold her own against the American striker. In the end, it comes off Devon Jackson, and Adelaide will win the throw. Well, Nagosh Popovic is actually named nearly 2,000 more minutes for players 21 or below than any other coach in the league. So plenty of talent in this Canberra United side. Here's Sasaki looking to thread the needle. It'll come back to her. But now Milivojevic, so good in these spaces, up to Heyman. Michelle Heyman, she's got Flannery on her inside, but Adelaide defenders around her. Neat work there to play it all the way back to Cannon Clough. And now finding Sasha Grove, who looked to whip the ball in, but blocked away by Emily Hodgson. And Canberra will have the first corner of the afternoon.
Good positive play there from Canberra. Sasha Grove been on fire lately and earns her team a corner, and Canberra are dangerous off set pieces here.
We saw pictures of Adrian Stenzer just having a water, pretty relaxed at the moment, as a short corner routine from Canberra doesn't quite go to plan. Looked a little bit different on the training ground than came off in live play.
Yeah, good little idea from Stanic Floody here to play it short to Milivojevic. Obviously didn't come off how she would have wanted, but in this type of heat, it's very easy to switch off in these moments where the ball is static. So Adelaide need to beware.
Emily Grove sending her players forward. She'll go long from the goal kick. Just win some field position if nothing else, but her team does come away with it, just about. Now ball over the top, looking for Hannah Blake. Hannah Blake, she's all on her own here. Can she find options? She'll play it back to Lee. Christopherson does really well to just get in there and make sure that the ball can't go any further. Milivojevic to Flannery. Flannery, she's got Heyman on her inside. Oh, and a mistake in the back. Michelle Heyman saved by Annalie Grove. That was almost the moment for Heyman, but the young goalkeeper stood tall, and it remains scoreless here.
Well, that's fantastic goalkeeping by Annalie Grove there, and it was almost as if Michelle Heyman was caught by too much surprise there, and it landed perfectly for her, but great goalkeeping.
Her immediate reaction was to throw her arms up and her head back, but it's play on here this time. A well-hit back pass from Morgan to Grove.
And how many times have we seen Michelle Heyman finish those exact chances?
Well, Adelaide, they've gotten away with one there. It was an error at the back. It fell perfectly to Heyman, but Annalie Grove, the 22-year-old, she stood tall, did well, and a good save with her feet. Sarah Clark, the American defender, just passing it to Clough and then back to Lincoln. Clark, of course, scored that absolute stunner last week. Don't normally expect your centre-backs to come up with something like that, but it was an absolutely incredible goal to make it 3-3 against Newcastle. Cannon Clough to Stanic Floody, who attempts a long ball, looking for Devon Jackson. The comfortable defensive work for Adelaide. They are being pressed though. See Milivojevic just making a nuisance of herself, and apart from her goal scoring ability, Teresa, that's something that Milivojevic is quite good at, just that press and being almost everywhere on the pitch.
Yeah, she's box to box. She works so hard defensively, just as much as she does offensively. So she's pretty much got the whole package going for herself, and of late, it probably hasn't been at her absolute best that we've seen in earlier rounds, but I'm sure she's building that confidence again.
Good work from Jackson to play through Christopherson. Up against Zoe Tolland, does really well to get around her, puts the ball in, blocked away, and Canberra will have another corner, so it's the team in green in the ascendancy at the moment.
It is, it's Canberra who we're seeing into that final third at the moment and create a few half chances. Michelle Heyman's been probably more than half a chance there, but let's see what Stanic Floody has up her sleeve.
The 18-year-old delivers. Oh, and a header met by Holly Murray. She wasn't able to steer it on target. In fact, Annalie Grove got a touch, according to referee Rebecca Durkow, so it'll be back out for another corner. Taken short. 1-2 to Stanage Floody. Finds Cannon Clough, who tries to swing it across, but Hannah Blake is there. Well, that touch didn't quite go to plan from Hannah Blake, and Canberra will win the throw. Christopherson with the ball in, bouncing dangerously in the penalty area. Heyman was lurking, couldn't quite get on the end of it. Sasha Grove being put under some pressure here by Isabel Hodgson. She manages to get it away to Murray, and Murray plays it one more to Cannon Clough. This is where both sides might just get themselves into trouble this game. It's playing out from the back. These two sides have conceded the most goals for Adelaide and the second most for Canberra in the league, and it's often in those moments where teams can capitalise in transition.
Well, that's an amazing stat there, that although they're scoring quite a few goals, they're letting in a few too many, and that's where I think Canberra are working on tightening up their game.
Adelaide United now in possession, comes off Holly Murray, but she's okay. She'll play on. Hodgson beats Milivojevic, plays it into midfield for Sasaki. Sarah Morgan puts her head up and tried to find the run of Emily Hodgson, but couldn't do so. Of course, Canberra United, they're the ultimate chaos team in this league so far this season. Yes, they're sitting in last place at the moment, but they've scored the second most goals with 20, only behind league leaders Melbourne City, but they've also conceded the second most with 24. And in fact, in a goals per game basis, they're the worst. They're actually behind Adelaide in that metric. So you certainly know you're going to get goals when you watch Canberra United. But unfortunately for them, a lot of the time they've conceded more than they've managed to score.
Yeah, they have, but you know, watching them play as well, you wouldn't think they're a bottom-dwelling team. They actually play a really nice football at times, and you know, it's a very new squad as well, a very young squad. So you got to think about that when looking at where they are at the moment in this season.
They're certainly one of the youngest in the league. 35-year-old Michelle Heyman probably does push up that average somewhat, as well as 36-year-olds Maria Rojas on the bench, the Chilean. Canberra United just edging possession at the moment, but these are the moments where both teams can be dangerous in transition. Adelaide have won the ball back. Sasaki looking for a ball over the top to find Lee. Lee in a foot race with her compatriot Clark. She wins the foot race. Mariah Lee looking for options, but Holly Murray's there to cut it out, and Milivojevic will play it on. Well, Lee, she stopped there, Teresa. There was almost an opportunity if she just pulled the trigger earlier with the cross.
That's right. It was that moment of hesitation where she had players in the box to hit feet. They were open and just delayed that pass.
Well, she motioned as if she didn't think anyone was open, but we'll hold that thought because here's Devon Jackson striding into the penalty area for Canberra. She'll go herself, and it goes wide. Another fantastic opportunity for Canberra United. They're really putting on the pressure now.
They are. A few times they've entered the box with a goal-scoring chance, and here is that chance where Devon Jackson, she's looked up a couple times, and I think she was trying to thread that far post, but there was a little too much on that one.
Well, she did score her first goal in the competition last week against the Newcastle Jets. A very well taken one at that, but maybe saw Michelle Heyman ahead of her, knows the milestone is there. That maybe got in her head a little bit in that moment.
Totally, Taryn. You could just see it. I think, you know, as much as Michelle wants it, her teammates would want her to achieve that huge milestone as well. But it's a good learning curve there as well for the youngsters out there to keep their mind on the job at hand.
Adelaide now. Sarah Morgan. Sasaki. Will look to play ball through, but blocked well by Clark. And now Clark continues their run. Milivojevic is on the ball. Still going Milivojevic, and she'll play in Sarah Clark, the centre back. Ball delivered into the middle, but straight into the gloves of Adelaide Grove. Here come Adelaide again. Janczewski with her left boot, ball over the top. Well, Hannah Blake gave up on that one. She may have given up the game that she thought that she was offside. It's probably tighter than she thought it was.
Yeah, and it actually wasn't a bad ball from Janczewski then. I thought it was a great little dink over the top there.
Well, she does have a fantastic left boot, Alana Janczewski. She actually scored the first goal of the season for Adelaide. It was a penalty against Canberra in that 4-all game. Hasn't scored since. She'll be hoping to get more involved this afternoon. Stanish-Floody playing it into space ahead of Murray. Murray trying to find Heyman, but well cut out by Zoe Tolland. Sarah Morgan with a long ball forward.
It's interesting, you can see Adelaide resorting to a long ball quite early, quite far down the pitch, where they've got players in front of them that can work the ball further up.
Another long ball now, looking for Emily Hodgson. She's in a foot race against Sasha Grove. Grove does really well to get there, and Adelaide will win a corner as a result.
That's a good forward run from Hodgson and a nicely weighted pass from Waldus.
Emily Hodgson, she's gotten forward quite a bit already in this game. She's actually only scored one goal in her entire 92-game A-League women's career. It came in January 2017 against Sydney FC, in fact, Teresa. So it'll be interesting to see if she gets in more forward positions today, whether maybe she can add to that tally.
If you're asking if I remember that one, Taryn, I don't, I'm sorry.
Well, Adelaide United with an opportunity from corner. Whipped in towards the back post. And a header on it, but still alive here for Adelaide. A shot from the edge of the area. Wonderful save, Chloe Lincoln. Well, that is why the 19-year-old is so highly rated. And it's prevented Adelaide from opening the scoring.
Well, this is lovely technique from Janczewski. You just mentioned that left foot of hers and how much of a technician she is. That was lovely placed, and Chloe Lincoln steps up there. Great save.
Great awareness from 21-year-old Ella Tonkin as well to find her on the edge of the area and play it to that preferred left boot. But Chloe Lincoln came up big. Another corner now right into the mixer, and this time Lincoln holds really well in a pack of bodies. Those ones certainly aren't easy as a goalkeeper, and she's done very well there.
Well, anything could have happened then. That's a good ball in from Sasaki. Good shape on it towards the goal. It was actually directing into the goal there, so crucial collection there from Lincoln.
Janczewski almost stealing the ball from Stanish-Floody, but Stanish-Floody did well. Now Adelaide, Morgan to Hannah Blake. Hannah Blake finds the overlapping Isabel Hodgson. Hodgson will take a shot herself. Straight at Lincoln. Maybe not the right option there, Teresa.
Yeah, I think she had a few better options ahead of that one there, Hodgson. It's almost like Adelaide panic a bit when they get into good positions, and just in need of a bit of confidence out there and backing themselves.
Well, it is Canberra who have had the better chances so far, but Adelaide came very close through Janczewski, and they'll continue finding space in the opposition half and just probing this Canberra defence. Of course, for all of Canberra's attacking qualities, we know they've conceded plenty as well, and Adelaide will know that as well. It's a nice diagonal from Mariska Waldes to find Mariah Lee. But Lee can't get past Christopherson.
That was better from Adelaide, working the ball with simple passes. That's one way to get that confidence back. And
Mariah Lee whips in across, straight at Chloe Lincoln. Of course, remembering for Adelaide United, if you'd asked before the game sort of who their two most important players are, you might well say Dylan Holmes and Chelsea Dorber, both out with injury today. So it certainly blunts their attacking prospects, but here they are anyway, going forward. Hannah Blake with the ball searching for Lee. Good defending by Christopherson, who's appealing for the foul. Eventually it'll be given against Lee for the challenge on Lincoln. This is promising stuff for Adelaide.
it is, it's much better from them. They're making forward runs. They're building that ball up when there aren't any options as well. That's what they need to keep doing. You mentioned two big names they're missing today. Well, they're just going to have to bite the bullet, go out there and get the job done without them.
Sarah Clark has shown herself happy to go on an adventure from centre back so far. Nikki Flannery whipping in a ball, finds Heyman. But Ella Tonkin is there. Great defending from the youngster. A good first-time ball from Nikki Flannery.
That was a great ball in, and we know how good Michelle Heyman is at using her body to control and get the ball down. But Tonkin does fantastically well in using her body to get in front of Heyman there.
Is there anything technique-wise that Heyman maybe could have done there to keep the ball a little bit closer? It was a cross that was hit with some venom, mind you.
Yeah, I mean, we normally see her better at putting her body between the defender and the ball there, but given, the venom it was hit with, I think just went a little too far for her liking.
Well, Sarah Clark, she's going to find herself a target of this Adelaide press because she's certainly not shy of running with the ball, of playing with it at her feet, and it's a good quality, but it will certainly make her a target for Adelaide, just like we saw there. They're on the ball here. Morgan to Tonkin. Mariska Waldes. Hannah Blake out to Janczewski, who'll whip in a delightful ball, and Mariah Lee has an opportunity to open the scoring, but Chloe Lincoln is there. Christopherson did just enough to put the American off.
Well, that was a great ball through from Janczewski. The shape on that was perfect for Mariah Lee to run onto, and perhaps she could have taken that first time, but I think her touch let her down a little bit there where she couldn't get a clear shot away.
Cannon Clough playing it forward to Flannery, who's past the Stunich. Floody just went a little bit astray. Delivered forward. Heyman attempting to get on the end of it. And Lee Grove makes sure that it goes out without too much drama. Interestingly, despite Canberra United perhaps having the better of the opportunities by our estimation, Teresa, Adelaide winning the shot count 3-1, and all of those shots so far on target.
Yeah, in recent minutes, I think the game's flipped a little bit, and we're seeing Adelaide control possession and get forward a lot better and get shots away, which is promising for them.
Morgan gets away from Milivojevic, but her ball only finds the feet of Lincoln.
Morgan stubborn there and trying to follow through with that original decision, and a bit of inexperience showing there where you've got to change your mind at times sometimes, and perhaps would have been a much better option to go with a simple pass, keep possession and rebuild.
It'll be a big game for Sarah Morgan today as well. She's from Canberra. She played her first season of A-League Women's there in 2017-18. This season has probably had the most involvement of any that she's had in the competition so far for Adelaide. Aldous just assessing what's in front of her. She'll play a simple pass to Janczewski. Janczewski forced to play it back. Of course, the heat and humidity in Sydney this weekend will be playing somewhat of a part in proceedings as well. Morgan. Ball played forward, but couldn't find Emily Hodgson, and instead Adelaide will have another corner.
And this is better from Adelaide once again. Janczewski picking up that ball, not seeing any forward options, not losing patience, and opting to just recycle it and start again. And once they win again, they've earned themselves a corner.
Well, Adelaide's best opportunity of the game so far came from a corner. Second phase play, a shot from Janczewski, so they'll be hoping to produce something similar again. Chloe Lincoln marshalling her defence to prevent it. They'll go short this time. Sasaki from a different angle. But Sasha Grove is there to clear away and indeed finds Nikki Flannery, who looks to play forward to Devon Jackson. Well, it's a lovely surface, Leichhardt Oval, but unfortunately Jackson wasn't able to get on the end of that.
Now, it's an interesting decision to go for a short corner in that situation where you nearly scored off your last corner that you put into the mix. So yeah, I thought we would have seen Sasaki put that in. She's a technician as well, so absolutely could have put it into a dangerous area again.
So we will be having a drinks break on account of that heat in Sydney. There'll be one per half, so this is the first one of the game so far. Both teams will be pretty grateful for that one, you'd imagine. Holly Murray just before was receiving some instructions and passing them on to her teammate Sasha Grove. Coach Adrian Stenter as well instructing his side. Teresa, at the start of the season, Adrian Stenter, he was given a full-time contract, a first for Adelaide United, but results haven't been great so far this season. Do you think that he would feel like his job might be under threat, or he'd be feeling the pressure a little bit?
Look, probably a little bit. I think, you know, he cares about his role and wants to succeed, and no one wants to have those struggling times. But in saying that, you know, he did lose a lot of players. He's sort of had a bit of a rebuild. He's had some injury concerns as well. So, look, in this game, we're seeing some promising things. They've made a few tweaks and you could say are now controlling the game in a way. So, luckily, it's a long season now, so they do have a bit of a buffer to get things going the way they want to, but it's got to happen soon.
Well, if you're just joining us, both sides have had their opportunities so far. The best of the game came very early on. The ball fell to Michelle Heyman in the box, and it was a one-on-one with the keeper. Hit it straight out Annalie Grove. It was a good save with her legs, and then Alana Janczewski's shot later in the half required a fantastic save from Chloe Lincoln. So two Australian under-23 goalkeepers showing their wares this afternoon. We're back underway with that Sasha Grove throw-in. You wonder if that little break in play, a few more instructions, might just change the way this game is going. Look at this pressure from Milivojevic. Tonkin did really well to play that away. And this battle between Christopherson and Lee has been a great subplot so far, but on that occasion, Sophia Christopherson will pick up a yellow card for her foul on Lee. Lee just got away from her and she lunged in.
She did get away from her. It's been an enticing battle, this one, between Christopherson and Lee, and Lee gaining the free kick here. But we've just had a drinks break, Taryn, and it's always interesting to see what happens after a drinks break when, you know, coaches have given some instructions, and does that change the flow of the game and the momentum?
Well, for Adelaide, two options standing over this free kick. They've got the right boot of Sasaki or the left of Janchevsky. Two different angles, two different options. It will be Sasaki who'll deliver into the penalty area, cleared away by Milivojevic. Flannery comes and collects, being put under some pressure though, and Adelaide have won the ball back in a dangerous area. Hannah Blake takes the shot herself, saw Chloe Lincoln out of position, and that almost snuck into the bottom corner.
It almost did, and it appeared as though she was obviously going to take the shot, but Chloe Lincoln was quite casual in getting back into position here, and it ended up being much closer than we thought it would be.
Lincoln staying back, protecting that back post. Maybe she thought there was going to be another cross delivered, hence protecting that area, but Blake almost caught her out. Here goes Lee again, driving into the box, but this time out for a goal kick.
Was another good drive into the box there from Lee. It's just a matter of finding someone on the end of that once again. Tries to go for the cutback, but slices that ball.
Stanage Floody has the ball taken away and will stop for an offside flag. And a free kick for Adelaide. Long ball. Sasha Grove just plays it into Hodgson. Whether it was intentional or not, it got the desired result because Chloe Lincoln will have the goal kick. And Adelaide, the last 5 or 10 minutes, they've had the majority of possession. They've been looking really, really good just in this period of play. Emily Hodgson headed away by Cannon Clough, and Milivojevic takes advantage of that misplaced pass. She'll drive forward here, Milivojevic, but can't get past the outstretched boot of Sasaki. They were just a little bit slow there in transition, Canberra, and a promising moment they weren't able to capitalise on.
Yeah, and it was just getting that cross away, and we know Milivojevic was looking for Heyman there, but she didn't have any other options really.
Hannah Blake, lovely ball into Sarah Morgan, who'll square it. The Canberra head just making sure that the ball got away from the danger zone. Riley, Janchevsky Looking to finally again. Morgan goes down in the penalty area, but ball one, says the referee. Millie Hodgson, Isabel Hodgson, who finds Morgan. And Flannery, well, she certainly did have her shirt pulled there. And Canberra United will win the free kick as a result.
She did well to nip in front there, Flannery, and win that foul. Here it is. She was able to nip in front and get to that ball first before Blake.
Christopherson and Flannery, both wingers, but both doing a mountain of defensive work as well. Do you think that would be part of Nagos Popovic's plan to tighten up Canberra's defence?
Yeah, I guess for extra reinforcements with such a new back line for Canberra United, he'd probably want a couple extra numbers there, or an awareness that, you know, if one's gone, the other needs to stay and protect.
Sarah Clark's ball over the top, non-threatening. And a heavy touch from Heyman. Not able to keep the ball under control, but Canberra will win the throw. She'll ask for the ball back and get it. Goes to ground, but legally, says the referee, so Adelaide will have an opportunity in transition. Holly Murray trying to chase back. Hannah Blake will get on the ball, but looking for support. It's not very forthcoming at the moment. Mariah Lee against Christopherson, who's on a yellow. Mariah Lee still going, puts it in, and Janchevsky was there. But fantastic last-ditch defending from Canberra United means that she's not able to get the shot away. It was wonderful work from the American Mariah Lee. Janchevsky just wasn't able to swing a boot around it.
Well, it was wonderful perseverance from Mariah Lee and good footwork. She wrong foots Christopherson and gets a lovely dink in, cut back dink. And Janchevsky with a golden chance there, but well blocked by Grove.
She almost seemed hesitant to swing the right boot at it because she is so strongly left-footed, Janchevsky. You get the sense that if she'd have managed to connect first time, it might have been the opener.
Well, she'll look back on that, and I'm sure in video analysis that will be raised, and that's something to learn from.
And of course, let's not underestimate the impact that the weather is playing on the lack of pressing from Canberra. But now, here's Adelaide in space. Christopherson tracking back. It was Zoe Tolland who found herself in an acre of space going forward, but just couldn't get the ball under control. And, well, that was another opportunity for Adelaide, and Canberra were just caught napping there.
Well, she was away there, Toland, and it was a crucial little touch there by Christopherson, just to get Toland off balance and lose that touch out.
She's certainly more of a defensive player, Zoe Toland. So we take a look at the passing accuracy of both sides. 75% for Adelaide, 72% for Canberra. For these two teams, that's actually quite a high number for the way that they normally like to play.
It is quite a high number, and I guess it's something that Adelaide have been working on. We was a bit worried at the beginning of the game, seeing them lose a bit of patience and resort prematurely to that long ball, but they've really tweaked things and they're knocking it around nicely and playing it simple and playing the long ball when it's on now.
Sasaki won the ball after a heavy touch from Christopherson, but she recovers in time, despite the appeals from the Adelaide bench for a handball. Nice ball from Heyman to release Sasha Grove. Sasha Grove not able to deliver a ball in that time. She's still got it though. Grove delivers this time, but no one in the box for Canberra. Nunnally Grove claims she's so good on that right flank, Sasha Grove, but just lacks support there.
She did lack support, but I do think she had the time to get her head up and assess what was happening in that box. Perhaps, you know what, no one's in there. I'm going to roll out, recycle, keep the ball. You mentioned the heat moments ago, Taryn, and yeah, it plays a huge part. And the more energy, needless energy you expend, the harder it makes a game in the heat.
Sarah Clark on mop-up duties for Canberra, just kicking that out of play. Adelaide on the ball, Mariah Lee. Back to Morgan, who threads the ball through to Tolland. Tolland, though, not able to beat Devon Jackson, who's back defending. Oh, just a little bit scrappy at the moment. Canberra very happy to sit off and let Adelaide come at them. Milivojevic trying to make something happen and wins possession for her side by means of a throat.
Just trying to get that energy going again, Vesna Milivojevic, for her team. It has definitely dropped off for Canberra United. They started pretty brightly and dropped off at the moment.
Certainly Adelaide are the team in the ascendancy, and Canberra not putting the pressure on. Here's Lee taking an ambitious shot from distance over the crossbar. Thought she saw Chloe Lincoln off her line and went for the spectacular, but didn't come off on that occasion.
It was very ambitious there, but it's nice to see wingers change things up a bit and not always do the same actions, because that can become predictable.
Well, Stanish Floodys played the ball right into Sarah Morgan, who'll look to play in Hodgson, but last-ditch defending from Cannon Clough saves the day for her side. Isabel Hodgson, the captain, she was through on goal if not for that intervention from Cannon Clough. And again, it's almost that laziness in midfield from Canberra. The ball was turned over and almost an opportunity for Adelaide.
Yeah, it's been really sluggish from Canberra of late, and Sarah Morgan did really well to cut that ball out from Stanic Floody and get that attack going then. A few danger signs here for Canberra United.
Nice work from Hodgson to find Sasaki. He'll play in Morgan. Morgan to Hannah Blake. Mariah Lee. Lovely ball for Morgan. She'll go again. Sarah Morgan finding Hannah Blake. If she can go one more. Hodgson was free. Yanchevsky will have a shot. But look at Isabel Hodgson, free as a bird at the back post. And Hannah Blake wasn't able to find her.
No, she didn't see Hodgson to the left there with a better passage on goal, and we know how well Yanchevsky can strike a ball, but I think Hodgson was in a far better position there.
Well, some credit has to go to the Canberra defence, but Blake just needed to put her head up. Here's Lee delivering. Cannon Clough gets her head to it. Sasha Grove will chase it down. Players just enjoying the shade of the grandstand that most of the patrons are as well. Ollie Murray doing really well to prevent anything coming of that misplaced pass as well.
Well, she saved her team there. Murray. It was Morgan that once again picked up the ball in the midfield, and had her touch been a little bit better, she could have gone forward with her touch and gone into that final third.
Well, here's Canberra. Christopherson not able to get past Ella Tonkin. You can see the value of Michelle Heyman as well. She obviously can score goals, and we know her value in that sense, but she can also drop deep, play in her teammates, and create those opportunities for faster players. And it's something that she's really developed in her game as she's gotten older.
Absolutely. In the later stages of her game now, she's definitely taken on that role of dropping deep and picking it up and using her body to shield the ball and bring others into play. She's very, very good at that.
Riley robbing Stanage Floody of possession. Emily Hodgson now in some space. She'll play in Janchevsky, who attempted to get a ball in, couldn't do so. So Emily Hodgson will go herself, blocked away by Sasha Grove.
And that's another thing that makes Michelle Heyman so great, the fact that she's got that awareness that she's had to adapt her game and do it so well in a short time is phenomenal.
Great feat from Morgan, able to get herself out of a jam. Janchevsky playing it to Sasaki, but the ball from Sasaki cut out by Sarah Clark. Teresa, as we approach the end of the half, if you're one of the coaches in the dugout now, would you make any changes at halftime? Do you think that anything needs to be done to just liven up this game a little bit? Although Megs from Sasha Grove probably does that just as well.
Look, I think Adelaide would be the more satisfied camp of the two. I think Canberra will need to go in and get some instructions from Popovic and up their energy when they come out in his second half, because they're well below par at the moment.
Well, there'll be 1 minute of additional time in this half. Can either side make something happen? Devon Jackson wins the foul. So Canberra United will have an opportunity from the set piece, and the referee just preparing to give Zoe Tolland a yellow card as she's helped to her feet.
Well, here is that foul. Christopherson, yeah, she just lunged in at Christopherson there. No contact with the ball whatsoever there.
So this will be the last opportunity of the half. Canberra United, can they take the lead before the break? It would be against the run of play if they were to do so. Players lining up to get on the end of this free kick.
Certainly would be like a bonus goal if they could get one here.
Ball delivered into the middle, a header from Heyman. But it skews away, and Adelaide survive. So that will be half-time at Leichhardt Oval Unite round. Michelle Heyman still searching for that 100th goal. She came very, very close early on in the half to opening the scoring for her side, and Alani Janchevsky had the best opportunity in the meantime for Adelaide. But despite the best efforts of that woman on screen at half-time, the score is Canberra United 0, Adelaide United 0. Well, we'll take a look at the highlights and the best opportunities of this game, and this one coming very early on was one of the best.
It was, and it was fortunate to get through to Michelle Heyman here. And what a golden chance, where we'd normally see her finish them easily.
And then Adelaide, they really grew into the half and into the game.
Yeah, Janchevsky putting some lovely balls in behind, and Mariah Lee with a good chance there. That's gone begging.
It was a wonderful cross from Janchevsky. Well, here are the stats of the first half. Teresa, what do they tell us about what we've seen?
Well, the game certainly did flip. We saw Canberra dominate possession early, and it's totally flipped to Adelaide's favour. And look at those passes. They're really getting that ball around and dominating the territory now and the chances.
Well, it might be scoreless at half-time, but both of these sides know how to find the back of the net. So don't go anywhere. Join us after this break. Welcome back to Leichhardt Oval for this Unite round clash between Canberra United and Adelaide United. Fans out in their force this afternoon. Gotta love those Michelle Heyman heads on display as well. Of course, if Michelle Heyman scores today, she will become the first ever player to score 100 goals in the Liberty A-League, and she's come so close already. With me on commentary is Teresa Polias. Teresa, she came so close in the first few minutes, but since then, Adelaide have been the better side.
Yeah, quite ironic. You know, she'd normally finish that type of chance, 9 out of 10, but her numbers are just outrageous. And I know you can tell she's desperate to do it, but we're still waiting.
We are indeed still waiting as Adelaide United come back out to warm up. Adrian Stanton just giving words of encouragement to his side. And Canberra make their way out as well. Of course, a double header this afternoon. You can see the Brisbane Roar staff ready and waiting for that one, just getting the lay of the land before they head out for their clash. And Michelle Heyman, well, she's very much focused on this game. Ahead of her, the captain's armband. Of course, as it has been all season, she is their leader, and the team will be desperate for her to get that goal, but more importantly, get the 3 points.
That's right, and that's the type of player in person she is. She'll first and foremost want her team to get those points, whether she scores today or not.
The fans in the crowd, or the Canberra fans, they want those 3 points, but they know who they're here for, brandishing those Michelle Heyman heads.
She's everywhere. And it's great to see the support that Canberra have, and they've always had great supporters that travel everywhere with them in good numbers.
Well, we're seeing a half-time substitution for Canberra. It's Tegan Bertolicio coming on the pitch, and she'll replace Sophia Christopherson, who is on a yellow card, so maybe a precautionary one by Nagosh Popovic. We wondered if there would be some changes at half-time, and at this stage it looks like only the one.
Yeah, it's probably precautionary there with, you know, the battle she's having against Mariah Lee. There's sort of fouls flying everywhere, and the last thing Canberra need is to lose a player through a second yellow. So,
well, Bertolicio, last time these two sides played, it was that 4-4 draw in round one. The 17-year-old gave away 2 penalties in that game, so hopefully she hasn't had too many nightmares about this Adelaide attack. Michelle Heyman gets us back underway at Leichhardt Oval as both sides looking to break this stalemate. Canberra United have not kept a clean sheet this season, and Adelaide have only kept 1. So you'd imagine there will be goals in this. Who will break the deadlock? Mariah Lee in space immediately in the half. Lee squares it, and Adelaide get their goal. Adelaide United take the lead. And it's 1-0 at Leichhardt Oval.
well, there's your answer, Taryn. We didn't have to wait long for it, but Mariah Lee, she's been dangerous all game. Once again, surges into the box and picks out her target perfectly. Great start to the second half from Adelaide.
It's Isabel Hodgson, her first of the season, her 5th in her A-League women's career, with the captain's armband. A wonderful finish. And Mariah Lee, she looked so dangerous in the first half, and she's provided that opportunity for her captain on a plate. Wasn't she delighted about that one?
Absolutely delighted, and so she should be. Adelaide knew she was dangerous, and they've continued to send numbers forward and make forward runs into the box, and it's paid off.
Well, Canberra now, they still haven't kept a clean sheet because Adelaide have managed to put one past them but we know they can score goals. Canberra United, they have the second most goals in the competition, only behind league leaders Melbourne City. So they will certainly back themselves to get back in this contest. But it is the Reds who have drawn first blood.
Or perhaps conceding will wake them up a bit and get them motivated again to get back into this game.
They certainly were lethargic in that first half, particularly towards the end of it, and this certainly will wake them up. Here's Milivojevic. Comes off the boot of Sasaki, and Canberra will win a corner.
That's better from Canberra. That's what they need. They need to get into their attacking half. They need to get players like Milivojevic on the ball, making things happen just like she's done there.
Stanic Floody standing over the corner. She delivers. Cleared away, only as far as Heyman, who'll play it into Flannery, who shoots over the crossbar from Nikki Flannery.
It was a good ball in from Stanic Floody. And Heyman did really well to control that and make a good decision to lay that off for Flannery. And she knows she could have done better from this position here. She had a short thought to go for it there, Heyman, but opted to lay it back.
Well, Nikki Flannery, she's scored 2 goals this season, was hoping for a third. Went back a little bit too much. That'll be a handball against Canning Clough, so Adelaide will have the free kick.
Canberra very fortunate there. You could see Mariah Lee was away on that right flank once again.
Hannah Blake will keep possession against Sasha Grove. Milivojevic. Now Canberra, can they break quickly here? Flannery looks to find Heyman and does so. Michelle Heyman one-on-one with the keeper! There's the 100! Michelle Heyman equalises for Canberra. Well, in 2008, she was a youngster with a dream, riding the wave of the first season of this competition, and now she has conquered it. Michelle Heyman, take a bow.
Well, we're witnessing a special, special moment in A-League's history here. Michelle Heyman, wow, she's become the greatest goal scorer despite all of the challenges along the way. Have a look at this touch over. And what a finish, so convincing. And despite all those challenges, the lack of resources, short seasons, developing financial side of the game, and much more, despite all of that, she's continually been able to craft her game, to hone her strengths and absolutely dominate to this level of legend. What a player.
That is what she does. She has scored those goals her whole career. 2-time Julie Dolan medalist, 2-time Golden Boot winner. And she'll be looking for another here because she'll want to elevate her side to 3 points. Here goes Milivojevic. Heyman! Oh, she's done it again! Michelle Heyman with a quick fire double. She puts her side in the lead. What a way to celebrate your 100. She's gone and gotten 101.
She's done it again. What a player. Imagine all those kids watching out there today, or the young boys and girls. They've just witnessed history. A legend. Here she goes again. The combination of her and Milivojevic. What a ball in and what a finish.
That is absolutely superb. We just saw one classic Michelle Heyman goal, the one-on-one with the keeper. We know how deadly she is, and we've just seen the second classic Michelle Heyman goal, using her height and heading it into the back of the net.
There's so much more to her as well, and it's almost like that 100th relaxed her, and the floodgates have reopened. This is incredible to witness. Bring on the hat trick.
Well, what an extraordinary turnaround, because Adelaide United, they were in the ascendancy in the first half. They came out less than a minute into the second half, and Isabel Hodgson, their captain, puts them ahead. But who else is there but Michelle Heyman? She is not only an A-League women's legend, she's a Canberra United legend. And, well, she's given them the lead here, and suddenly this game has turned on its head.
And we knew this game was capable of producing moments like this, and there's potential for even more. That's the crazy thing, Taryn.
Well, unbelievably, we are only 7 minutes into this second half. And we spoke a little bit about the heat in the first half and how it was affecting the game. Well, it's certainly heated up now. 3 goals in the first 7 minutes of this half.
Amazing stuff, and I've got goosebumps at what we've just witnessed, and so happy for a player like Michelle Heyman to have achieved what she has. She really, really deserves it.
Let's take a look at this history-making moment again, the Heyman 100.
Well, she pounced on the mistake of a defender and took a lovely touch towards goal and just fired that into the net so convincingly. Wonderful finish.
And you can see how happy her teammates are for her. And what a way to crown the inaugural Unite round with a history-making moment as well.
It's so fitting, Taryn, that we're in this round celebrating our beautiful game, and Michelle Heyman's made history. Legendary stuff.
Well, there's still a game happening in front of our eyes, and Adelaide United, they don't care about the history. They don't care about any of that. Some of them may have been her teammates when she played for them all the way back in 2018-19, but they want the points here. They want to score another goal to get themselves back in this game, and that was just a 1-2 punch by Canberra to take the lead. But do Adelaide just try and continue doing what they were doing? They were in the ascendancy before those 2 goals.
They definitely were in the ascendancy, and all they need to do is focus and not let what's happened distract them from their game, because they were on top and they've got to now fight their way back in.
Here's Milivojevic. Nice little back heel from Milivojevic, finding Nikki Flunnery, who turns and shoots, but just wide from her.
You can see what that moment's done to everyone in the team. It's really upped their energy and motivation, and they look fresher than they did in the first half.
They certainly do. It's moments like that that these players, for the rest of their career, they'll say that they were there. And to put the achievement into context, the second most goals scored in the league is 70, Sam Kerr. It's so far away what she's done, Michelle Heyman, and she's scored it better than a goal every 2 games. This is her 165th A-League women's appearance. She's just been so consistent.
It's outrageous, Taryn. Her numbers are absolutely phenomenal. They're legendary, and you know, like I said before, she deserves all the accolades because she's worked so hard all throughout the existence of this league to do this, and it's just incredible to witness. And for all the children, kids and young players out there watching, it gives you goosebumps.
Interestingly, the first time Michelle Heyman ever scored a hat-trick, Teresa, you were there. You were actually her teammate for the Central Coast Mariners. That was in 2009. She won the Golden Boot and the Julie Dolan that year, 11 goals, and it was against Adelaide as well.
In only her second season in the league at that level, fantastic teammate. It's a privilege to have played with Michelle, and she's a phenomenal player, but an equally phenomenal person as well.
Oh, here come Canberra, looking to extend their lead. Holly Murray on the ball. Nikki Flannery. Well, the cross went a little bit astray and back to walking speed after that adrenaline rush of those 2 goals. And of course, of Adelaide's goal that probably helped to kick Canberra into action. Wonderful work by Devon Jackson to keep the ball in play. No teammates ahead of her. She did all the hard work and then just kicked it straight back to Adelaide Grove. Here come Adelaide, Zoe Tolland. Looking for a ball up the line, but Mariah Lee was never getting there and so didn't even attempt to. Now Adelaide, they'll be banking on finding a way to get back in this. Janchevski's been there and thereabouts all game. Mariah Lee as well, and of course she assisted that goal that they scored to open the scoring.
You can definitely see Canberra now a bit more fluid on the ball and controlling more possession, which is what they desperately needed to do, especially now that they are up.
Well, here go Canberra. Devon Jackson has been released out wide. She'll hold up play. Wonderful footwork from Devon Jackson, and she'll shoot, but well blocked by Zoe Tolland. Holly Murray gets a foot on it, play it to Grove, and she'll receive the ball back. Murray delivering. Well, caught in 2 minds between taking a shot and putting in the cross there, and in the end it was neither.
Well, here's some good feet from Jackson there, but well blocked.
Adelaide United coming forward through Rushka Waldis, centre back in space. She'll play it across to Morgan, but Lincoln is there. Adelaide United certainly not out of this game. Canberra still very vulnerable. They've conceded a lot of goals, the most goals per game in the league, despite Adelaide conceding more, but they've played 1 more game. Well, we'll be having a couple of substitutions for Adelaide as they look to turn the game around. Jenna Holtz is coming on for Alana Janchevski, and Sarah Morgan off for Katie Bowler. Well, as we've discussed, Teresa, it's a warm day and these substitutions will be put on the pitch to make a great deal of difference for Adelaide.
Yeah, definitely try and get some fresh legs out there. The game certainly flipped dramatically for Adelaide, so it's a good time for a couple of changes for the last half hour of this game. Plenty of time for those subs to come on and make an impact.
Well, Katie Bowler, she scored 2 goals last season, yet to get on the score sheet this time. Devon Jackson almost finding Heyman again. It was great work from the young defender to cut it out, but now here's Murray. Well, she was searching for Milivojevic, but Nanako Sasaki was there. Devon Jackson. Heyman. Overlapping run of Jackson not found. She'll find Murray instead. Holly Murray unable to find Heyman with the wall pass, and now Adelaide in some space. Sasaki finds Lee, the American. Mariah Lee still going past Cannonclough. Mariah Lee, she'll square it, but this time it's defended well by Canberra. Sasha Grove is there to clear it away.
Great work again. Sasaki teeing up Mariah Lee and turns on the gas again, and she just can't be caught, but it's just that finishing touch, the cross, finding her teammate in that box. She just couldn't do it.
It looks for a moment almost identical to the goal that was scored. Lee coming in from that angle, and Isabel Hodgson was lurking. It didn't come off that time. Sasha Grove had learned from last time. It was there to block the cross away. Sasha Grove comes away with it. That's a lovely touch from Stanic Floody to keep that under control, but her pass did go astray. So it's Adelaide on the ball again. Hannah Blake, who crossed a bowler. Sasaki, unable to find a teammate. Ball delivered in. Nothing much happening for Adelaide though at the moment. Those fresh legs not quite providing the impetus that they need right now. Still plenty of time to get back into it.
Plenty of time out there, and they are knocking it around again quite nicely. It's just that final pass they're not connecting with at the moment. And a couple of needless turnovers in the middle of that pitch.
Nice little 1-2 with Heyman, but the ball will trickle to Annalee Grove. She can't keep the smile off her face at the moment, Heyman. She'll want more. She knows the job isn't done. But it's been a pretty good day's work so far. Milivojevic, nice touch from Milivojevic, aiming to strike. Does so. What a goal! Vesna Milivojevic puts her name back on the score sheet with a stunner. Just in case you forgot what Vesna Milivojevic can do, there it is.
That is a stunning strike. You could see Vesna Milivojevic lining this up to perfection, and she executes that brilliantly. What a world-class finish we just witnessed. Amazing.
That is superb from the Serbian international. Her 9th goal of the season. It puts her back clear on top of the Golden Boot standings in her 11th game of the season. That's the kind of special moment that she's capable of.
She is, and she's pumped up, and that's what her team needs. And she's once again stepped up for her team. What a player.
And this game has exploded into life in this second half. Adelaide now, it becomes an even more daunting task for them. Of course, if Canberra were to hold on, it would only be their 2nd win of the season. And Adelaide will be desperate to not make that come to pass. Here they go, ball into the middle, but couldn't find a teammate. Really well cut out by Stanic Floody. Then now Canberra on the attack again. Nikki Flannery being chased down by Bowler, who does really well, the substitute, just to rein in Flannery there. That's what fresh legs can bring. So that possession stat, Adelaide still in the lead, but it's gone down since halftime.
It has, and they are still knocking the ball around, but more so in their half. And once they get into that final third, they're just not executing the pass they need. But I wonder what was said at halftime in that Canberra dressing room.
Well, you wonder if Adelaide hadn't have scored so quickly. I mean, Isabel Hodgson scored within seconds of the half starting. Does Canberra produce this? Because it seemed to be a response to that goal. They went down, and suddenly all of that lethargy that we were talking about, you know, that walking pace in midfield, suddenly all of that was gone, and they sprung into life. They got Heyman the historic 100th goal, got her another one as well, and then Milivojevic scoring for the first time in 5 games.
I mean, that's a great observation, Taryn. It's almost as if conceding worked in their favour and really sparked them to life. So interesting stuff, and it certainly flipped this game on its head.
And what a fantastic occasion for all the kids, all the families out here for Unite Round. They've witnessed a moment of history. Of course, many of them in the stands behind where the broadcast is showing you a brave view on the hill. But it's certainly been a fantastic occasion for this league, for Canberra United fans who've braved the trip up the road, and for everyone watching and in attendance as well.
We'll have to ask Michelle if she deliberately saved it for this special occasion.
Well, I don't think a striker will ever turn down an opportunity to score.
No chance.
Oh, Milivojevic, lovely work to get away from Sasaki. She's got some space ahead of her. Milivojevic, Flannery in the middle. She'll look to deliver towards the back post. Devin Jackson was lurking, but Adelaide Grove did well. Adelaide just looking to play out. Sasha Grove doing well to intercept. Sasha Grove back central to Holly Murray. Been solid today, Holly Murray. She's only 19 years of age, known by many as an exceptionally hard worker. Maybe not the most technically gifted in the world, but is the kind of player that works so hard that she really ekes out every bit of that talent that she has.
She's been great today.
Well, we've got some substitutions coming up, and amongst them is Maria Rojas, ready to make her 50th appearance in the competition. Now, players on the pitch have played a lot more than 50, but Rojas, it'll be a nice occasion for her, the Chilean international, 36 years of age. She's been a fantastic servant to the sport. So here it is. It'll be Holly Murray, who we were just praising, who's coming off for Rojas, and Madeline Whittle as well coming on the pitch in place of Mary Stanich-Fluddy. Just wait to see if the referee has another one coming, and she does for Adelaide. Rosetta Taylor coming on the pitch and replacing captain and goal scorer Isabel Hodgson. Well, a lovely moment for Rojas, her 50th appearance. As we said, for the Canberra player, she started her A-League women's career at Canberra, did Rojas, has since played at Adelaide United, where she's based in the off-season, Sydney FC and Melbourne City as well. Rojas was actually the first ever Chilean player, women's player, to play professionally overseas, so she's an absolute legend over there and has engaged the Chilean community in Australia as well. A fantastic advocate for the game, and this will be a nice little milestone for her.
And what a player to be able to bring on. She's so skillful and lively and experienced. So it'll be interesting to see how she comes into this game and what she can do for her team. She replaced Holly Murray, who we mentioned before, and who was having a phenomenal game. And like you said, Taryn worked really, really hard, and she's got great players alongside her. She's very unselfish and plays the ball simply, and in her role, that's all she needs to do, give and go.
Well, we'll be having another drinks break in this second half. It is a very warm one, of course, at Leichhardt Oval this afternoon. And a lovely moment for the Canberra squad to get together and celebrate what is a fantastic occasion. Michelle Heyman, 100 goals in the Liberty A-League. Let's take a look at the first one. A ball forward from Flannery, and Rushka Walders just not able to clear. Heyman does what she does best.
Absolutely pounced on the mistake of Walders there and just chips it over her and towers that home. Amazing finish. Look at the joy on her face.
The joy on her face and the joy on her teammates' face as well. It's always lovely to see. She's a much-loved member of Canberra United. And then, seconds later, here was the second.
Well, what a cross in by Milivojevic. Straight to Heyman's head, and she'll never make a mistake of that one. What a great finish. And she was sort of off balance as well and still able to direct that on goal with a good amount of power. And that's the experience and the quality that you get with Heyman.
That's what the great players do, don't they? Is they find a way to score if they're a striker, and Heyman has done that 101 times in the Liberty A-League.
Honestly, it's out, like I said, it's just outrageous, that number, 101. Wow.
Of course, let's not forget as well, of course, she played for the Matildas, 20 goals in 61 appearances, had a long career for them before retiring in 2019. So was rewarded richly for her goals and her ability at A-League women's level. But she just continues to score, Teresa. She just continues to rack up the goals, rack up the miles with Canberra.
She's prolific, absolutely prolific. Just the best at what she does.
Her 2 goals today make it 7 goals for the season in 11 games. So again, she's going at better than a goal every 2 games, and to do that at 35 is quite extraordinary. Milivojevic intercepting high up the pitch. She'll deliver it across for Michelle Heyman, who heads it just wide this time. Well, a bit of a wry smile because she was almost on for a hat-trick, but just wide of the post.
Well, it's an almost identical ball in from Milivojevic and inches away, but she's definitely going for it. That's what makes her so good, is that she wants more. She always wants more and more. Just missed.
Well, Canberra United, they won't be resting on this lead too much because they have conceded plenty of goals this season. Adelaide United will know that. They will keep pressing. They'll be desperate to get something out of this game. Of course, odds stacked a little bit against Adelaide with injuries to Chelsea Dorber and also Dylan Holmes in midfield, who are probably 2 of their more important players, if not their 2 most important players. So it was always going to be difficult for Adelaide. But if things stay as they are, this will be Canberra's 2nd win of the season, and it'll also leapfrog them off the bottom of the table ahead of Adelaide.
Yeah, and in saying that, Taryn, they were dominating this game for most of the first half, and they came into the second half, scored straight away. So Canberra know how quickly things can turn in a game. So I'm sure that from their experience today, if not in any other game, they'll know not to rest on their laurels. I'm sure their bench will be reminding them constantly throughout this game to stay focused.
Well, there was Maddie Whittle, the substitute, her 3rd appearance of the season. She's now come off the bench the last 3 games. That was a nice ball for Hannah Blake, but Sasha Grove does really well to win that. Sasha Grove finds Rojas. Rojas, lovely feet from the veteran. Gets around a couple players and Whips in a ball to Heyman. It'll be a tight angle here for Michelle Heyman, who goes first time. Grove bats it away. Flannery appeals for handball against Sasaki. The referee said that it hit the upper part of her arm, so penalty not given. Well, the Canberra United fans in attendance not happy with that one. And a foul given away in that play, so Adelaide will have the ball back.
Well, here's a look at that potential handball, and yeah, I mean it did hit her upper arm there, where that's still considered a handball or not. I did think it was, but referees deemed it not.
As we have a little bit of an injury break, Emily Condon will enter the field of play. She'll replace Mariah Lee, who's been very busy this afternoon. Condon is the most capped Adelaide United player. It's actually her 98th A-League women's appearance this afternoon, all for Adelaide. Before Miley Grigg debuted this season, she was their youngest ever player as well. She's been so influential for them. Now, we might need another substitution here because 21-year-old Zoe Tolland is really struggling. Hopefully that's just cramp, because she has been getting stretches from the teammates. We'll see if the pickle juice comes out. Looks like it is. Oh, she's turning it away. Zoe Tolland, you've got to have the pickle juice. You've got to just do it. Get it down. Hopefully she'll be okay to continue.
Yes, unpleasant as it is. It does help. So got to take the medicine there.
She was desperate to avoid taking that.
She was.
We'll just take a look at this incident again. She was dragged down by Rojas, and then hopefully that is nothing more than cramp.
Washes it down with some water there, but looks like she did end up taking it. I mean, it's a matter of, if you don't take it, you might have to come off. So what would you prefer?
Well, given how tight it is in the middle of the pack at the moment, with this result, Canberra will actually only be 5 points off the top six. And we know how well they finished last season. They were only out of the top 6 by goal difference as it stood last season, after having 5-0 defeats that some pundits considered their darkest day in their history. Can they do something similar this season? Can they ride this wave and have a much better second half of their season?
Yeah, I do recall those dark days last season, but just goes to show how important today's clash and points are, and they've done really well to turn this game back around into their favour, and a couple of huge milestones today as well, which seem to have instilled confidence in the team again. So moving forward, you know, Vesna Milivojevic back in form with a sensational goal as well. So it's bright signs for Canberra heading forward.
It's good to see Zoe Tolland back on the pitch. She was prone earlier with those cramps. Pickle juice did its job.
Certainly did. Good decision in succumbing to that.
Well, Canberra United come away with the ball after that tangle of legs. The youngster Bertolicio trying to steal a few too many metres for referee Rebecca Durkow's liking. But Adelaide, they've won it. Milivojevic getting involved, but Walders still on the ball. Canberra do come away with it in the end. Milivojevic playing the overlapping run of Whittle. Madeline Whittle is considered by many the best player in the ACT NPL. She's gotten her reward with a Canberra United contract this season. Another substitution here for Canberra. Nikki Flannery will make way. She's been busy this afternoon. She'll be replaced by young Kiwi international Ruby Nathan. That is a very slow walk from Nikki Flannery under the watchful eye of fourth official Izzy Blaise.
Definitely in no hurry to get off the pitch there, and we are in game management zone, Taryn, so definitely deliberate.
There was a smile on her face when she was doing it. She didn't make it too obvious, but it was a pretty slow trot.
A wry smile there.
Well, Ruby Nathan, she's got one senior cap for New Zealand against Colombia in the recent window. She's also been a prolific goal scorer for the under-20s. So she got her contract with Canberra this season. This is her 11th appearance. She's appeared in every game for them, only 2 starts though, but she's beginning to build the youngster. Only 18 years of age, so plenty of potential there. Headed away by Tonkin. Nathan getting straight involved into the action. Rojas to Grove. And Grove, the pass almost under hit, and Sarah Clark got there ahead of Condon. Of course, Emily Condon, she's such a key player for Adelaide, but she's just been beset by injuries these last few seasons. She's just working her way back into the side. Well, here's a ball across, and Ruby Nathan has an opportunity. Nathan can't get there ahead of Grove. A heavy first touch for the youngster. That was almost an opportunity to make it 4.
It was, and it was just a heavy touch in the end from Ruby Nathan. Little nick there from Tonkin as well, and Grove's able to collect that. But you mentioned Emily Condon, and she's such a quality player, and it is unfortunate that injuries have set her back quite a bit, but she's on the road to recovery and building her minutes every week, so hopefully she can stay healthy for the rest of the season, because she's a player that Adelaide really need to be out there consistently.
Here's Nathan. Just happy to keep possession and hold up the ball. Sarah Clark, the centre back, taking the space available. She'll whip in across. Maddie Whittle trying to get on the end of it. Nice little touch inside, but too heavy in the end, and it's side netting with the cross. She actually last played for Canberra between 2017 and 2019, so she's had some time away from the competition, but just consistently played very well in that ACC NPL and has got her chance again, the 26-year-old. Well, Adelaide, they've got to get a move on now. 2 goals to make up and less than 5 minutes of regulation time remaining. And that ball forward certainly not helping, just goes straight to Chloe Lincoln, who'll be happy to eat up as many seconds as she possibly can.
Yeah, it's the opposite to what they need at the moment. They need to up their energy once again. Canberra goals seem to have taken the air out of them and just a bit lackluster at the moment.
Sasaki, ball through, a nick from a Canberra defender. Chloe Lincoln will be happy to claim and wave her team forward. And then played the double bluff because she played it short anyway. Here goes Cannon Clough. Heyman. Rojas to Nathan. Can't quite get it under control. Though she does really well there. Maybe Nathan. Milivojevic being the one to clear it away there. Of course, we saw her magnificent goal to make it 3 earlier in the game, but she's doing the hard yards in midfield, cutting out those transition opportunities as well.
She's such a leader out there, Taryn. Happy to do the hard work.
Here's Nathan. Ball across, cleared away by Tonkin. Although she's managed to get her foot in and try to win it back. Oh, wonderful work from Devon Jackson. She'll put in a ball, but headed away. Not enough quality to reach Heyman. Despite the fact that Adelaide are chasing the game, Canberra have looked more likely, but Milivojevic in a bit of trouble here. She's lunged in for that challenge. Again, this might be a little bit of cramp because Heyman's gone straight in to stretch her legs out.
Yeah, and on such a hot day, you're so much more susceptible to that cramp, and given that she's got a teammate, Heyman, stretching her out, that would indicate cramp.
Well, here comes the pickle juice for Milivojevic.
Let's
if
see.
She'll accept it.
I'm sure she will. Nothing phases Milivojevic.
Well, Michelle Heyman, the first player to score 100 Liberty A-League goals earlier in this game. She's quite content right now, just having a water or juice or whatever's in that cup, but 2 goals today, 3 shots on target. She's such a fantastic player.
Look at those stats, 86% passing accuracy, 3 shots on target and 2 goals. Fantastic. I'd love to know what was in that milkshake cup.
Just a bit of banana milkshake to keep her going.
Give her whatever she wants.
Adelaide trying to keep possession here. If something's going to happen, it's got to happen really soon. Nice touch from Blake. Not able to get past Milivojevic, who sends a long ball forward. Michelle Heyman in a foot race against Tonkin. Tonkin does well. Very calmly plays it back to her keeper. What are the options forward now for Adelaide? Bowler tries to deliver a ball over the top for Emily Hodgson, but can't do so. They'll have 6 minutes of stoppage time to get back into this game.
That's plenty of time added on. The players would have probably looked across at that and their jaws would have dropped.
Well, there's been a few cramps and a drinks break in this second half, so probably an accurate reflection of the stoppages that we have had. Would have given Adelaide some hope, and for Canberra, well, it's 6 minutes to hold on or to maybe score a goal of their own. Ruby Nathan. Jackson sees her pass cut out. Sarah Clark happy to keep possession and just play it back to Jackson. Condon doing her best to press. Adelaide now in possession. Sasaki trying to find options. She gets away from Rojas and Plays in Rosetta Taylor. Taylor against Bertolicio. Still Rosetta Taylor. Goes to ground. But no penalty given. Well, Bertolicio would have had her heart in her mouth because she gave away 2 penalties last time these sides played. Didn't do so on that occasion, though. Here come Adelaide, looking to find something. But Katie Bowler just got herself in the wrong position and it went out for a throw.
Well, here is that challenge. Yeah, I don't see any foul there. Play on.
Maddie Whittle did really well then to jump in front and win the ball after she beat Bertolicio. Sasaki. Oh, Milivojevic, how about that for a turn? She's been fouled for a trouble. Well, she's having fun now, Vesna Milivojevic.
She is. She's running right now, and at this stage of the game, she's doing Maradona turns. I mean, wow, the engine that she has, it's incredible. She's rolled up her sleeves in this game and just done dirty work and magical work as well.
The confidence to do that in your own half as well, knowing that if you lose the ball, your side's in a bit of trouble. That's something that usually coaches would tear their hair out about, but, well, when it's Vesna Milivojevic in this sort of form, maybe not.
And that's the thing, she's in the zone and instinctual, so you just let her do what comes naturally to her.
Adelaide have 2.5 minutes to make magic happen. Long ball over the top, but not able to be controlled by Emily Hodgson. They will win a corner. With 2 minutes of stoppage time to go, can they give themselves a lifeline here, Teresa?
Sasaki, the technician, at it. Looks to go short, but I think she'll put it in the mix. Hopefully Walders can get onto it.
Sasaki delivers. Lincoln has to palm it over the crossbar. Well, in fact, it was already out of play because it's a Lincoln goal kick. Or she didn't touch it at all. We'll find out on the replay.
I definitely think she tipped it over there. I don't think it was already out. Interesting call there.
Well, of course, we have the benefit of a replay and the referee does not.
I mean, Adelaide didn't seem to argue too much there, so play on.
Here goes Lincoln, the long goal kick. Canning Clough will play it back, and Lincoln playing no games with that one, just hitting it out of play. Canberra have less than 1 minute now to hold on. Well, if things stay as they are, unless Adelaide can pull off a miracle, Canberra United are on track for their 2nd win of the season. It'll put them on 10 points, only 5 away from the top 6, and it'll leapfrog them over Adelaide. So Adelaide will finish Unite round sitting on the bottom of the ladder. Canberra in 11th. But of course, what will dominate the headlines from this game is Michelle Heyman's brace, the first of which her 100th goal in the Liberty A-League. Will Adelaide have one more chance? Blocked by Milivojevic. The referee looking at her watch. Heyman on the ball, being chased down by Tonkin. Tonkin does really well then to attempt to lift it forward. Appeals for handball, not given. Will it be Canberra who have the final opportunity? Ruby Nathan up against Holland. Michelle Heyman, heavy touch, just got away from her. Ball play still carrying on. We are not ticking over into the 8th minute of stoppage time, because that is full time at Leichhardt Oval. And it's 3 points for Canberra United, but this game is all about Michelle Heyman. 2 goals this afternoon. The first player to score 100 Liberty A-League goals. An incredible moment, an incredible player. And Teresa, what a joy it is to have witnessed her performance today.
An absolute joy, a privilege to co-call it with you, Taryn. Such an amazing moment in the league's history.
Well, of course, in amongst all of that, we saw a stunner of a goal from Alana Janchevsky and Isabel Hodgson scoring for Adelaide as well, mere seconds into the second half. But it's Canberra who walk away with their second win of the season. Full time in Unite round, it's Canberra United 3, Adelaide United 1. Well, we'll take a look back at the goals, and of course it was Adelaide who struck first, mere seconds into the second half.
Well, it was Mariah Lee who was having a phenomenal game and surges into the box, tees up Hodgson perfectly